If you're planning to visit Nova Scotia's Cape Breton Island, you won't be disappointed. It's been voted as one of the world's most beautiful islands and is known for its dramatic beauty and Gaelic heritage. You'll enjoy spectacular highlands, rugged coastlines, and ocean scenery. In this video, I'll take you on a tour around the island and highlight spots and sights you must see. So welcome to Cape Breton Island. After crossing the Canso Causeway, we chose to drive clockwise around the island, starting from Port Hastings. Our first stop was at the Celtic Music Interpretive Centre in the tiny village of Judique, where you can learn all about Celtic music and do a self-tour and learn about the history of Cape Breton music. You'll even get to pick up a fiddle and give it a try if you like. There's also an on-site restaurant if you need a snack. Be sure to stop and visit the Glenora Distillery on Route 19 in Glenville. It's Canada's first single malt whiskey distillery. Here you can take a tour to learn all about the art of whiskey making and enjoy lunch in their on-site restaurant. And if you like, you can even stay overnight at their inn or quaint hillside chalets. Our next stop was in the town of Inverness, where we visited the beautiful Inverness beach. You can walk for 1.5 kilometers on the sandy beach or simply stroll along the boardwalk. It's located next to the Cabot Links golf course if you want to take in a game, or simply enjoy the warm and shallow waters and beautiful soft sand that Inverness Beach has to offer. Next, we stopped at the village of Cheticamp. This is an Acadian fishing village located just next to the entrance of the Cape Breton Highlands National Park. Here you can hike, whale watch, and enjoy great dining and sunsets. You will also find the famous Ecoin Bakery here, which is a must-stop. We stayed at the Cornerstone Motel, located right to the entrance of the Highlands National Park. You can check out my video on the Cornerstone Motel for more details. Now, moving into the Cape Breton Highlands National Park. This is the highlight of the Cabot Trail for most visitors. I recommend you stop into the Park Visitor Center first to get a map so you can see all the lookouts and trails that there are to visit. There's 26 hiking trails, exhibits, self-guided tours, beaches, picnic areas, playgrounds, and more, so you don't want to miss it. Entering the park. Now this is where the scenery explodes into breathtaking views of mountains and coastlines. You'll drive along dramatic coastal cliffs, rugged mountains, and lush forests. There's numerous scenic lookouts, so take your time so you don't miss them. I suggest you have some drinks and snacks since there's not too many places to stop in the park. If you plan to hike on any of the trails, you can choose from easy to difficult level. We found the most amazing beach on one of the stops. So take your time, slow down, especially around the bends, and enjoy the beautiful scenic drive of the Cabot Trail. Along the trail, besides stunning scenery and views, we saw fishing and lobster boats, small villages, churches, memorials, and more. Then we stopped overnight in Ingonish and stayed at the Sea Breeze Cottages. This quaint spot offers self-contained cottages with a sink, stove, fridge, and barbecue, children's playground, and views of the water. The next day, we visited the Cape Smokey Mountain, where you can ride to the top on Atlantic Canada's only gondola. The view from the top is amazing, and I highly recommend you have binoculars with you. It's a year-round destination offering hiking, kayaking, skiing, dining, and more. You can check out my video on Cape Smokey to learn more. Next, we drove from Ingonish to Sydney, Nova Scotia. It's the largest urban area and capital of Cape Breton Island. The heart of Sydney is right on the waterfront. There's a long boardwalk which will take you to the harbour where cruise ships dock, and you'll find the world's largest fiddle. Take in some of the local traditions, and if you're lucky, you might get to enjoy music from many of the local talented musicians. It happened to be Kitchen Fest week when we visited, and many of the local bars and restaurants served up good old Celtic fiddle music. We stayed at the Simon Hotel right next to the boardwalk, and I highly recommend their spacious suites which overlook the Atlantic. Our next stop took us to the town of Louisbourg. If you like history, then you must visit the Fortress of Louisbourg, a National Historic Site found in Louisbourg. It's a partial reconstruction of an 18th century French fortress. Here you're going to travel back in time as you roam the streets and buildings of the fortress and learn what it was like to live back then. Watch and learn as the costume guides teach you all about the way of life at the fort. It is quite interesting. And if you go to Louisbourg, you also must take the signs to the Louisbourg Lighthouse. This is the site of the first lighthouse in Canada, built in 1734. The lighthouse standing there now is the fourth one built on the site since the previous ones were destroyed, but it's nearly 100 years old. It's not as famous as Peggy's Cove Lighthouse has become, but it's just as awesome. The shoreline is much more rugged, and this lighthouse is sure to please anyone with a camera. You can't miss it. Our last stop in Cape Breton was a little off the beaten path. We drove down to a place called Grand Narrows. There's not much there, but it does have a nice long beach that you can sit at, and there's the Wheelhouse Cafe for lunch. We were able to see some boats that were gathering lobsters at the end of the season, and there was this nice lobster trap display. And while we were there was this really cool truck that I got a picture of. As you can see, there's so much to see and do in Cape Breton, and we didn't even make it to Baddeck, where the Alexander Graham Bell National Historic Site is. I hope this video is helpful to you in planning your trip. Have a great time in Cape Breton Island, Nova Scotia.